So maybe you've wondered why we have relics, or maybe you've been really weirded out by them. I know the way one person described it was, hey, you thought Catholics were weird? We take our holy people, and when they're dead, we break them into pieces and carry them around with us. So when you put it that way, yeah, it sounds kind of weird. Like, what's the deal with relics? Well, St. Augustine explained on a human level that when you have a loved one who dies, you don't just throw their stuff out. You keep it because it reminds you of them, or maybe something that was theirs, something that meant something to them, you keep, or a picture. You might carry a picture of them around in your wallet. We visit the graves of the dead, especially of our loved ones. We might even remember the day that they died. Or maybe a parent who loses a child, they keep the child's room exactly the way it was as a way of remembering them. Another example of that, so a few years ago, I was at Ulysses S. Grant's cottage in upstate New York. It's where he finished his memoir and ended up dying of throat cancer. And there they had, this is the desk that he worked at. This is the pencil or some of the pencils that he used. Here's the blanket that he had, all of these things that he owned. Well, that's pretty much what we do with relics, except this is a secular hero rather than a holy hero. So if we do all of this stuff on a human level, surely it makes sense to do the same thing on a spiritual level for the family of God, which is the church. Which brings me to the next concept, which is pilgrimage. We take pilgrimages to holy sites, so it could be a place where Jesus walked. If you're in Jerusalem, you might go visit the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which has the tomb where he laid. Or maybe it's going to the tombs of certain martyrs, or something of that sort. Or this is where Mary lived with the Apostle John in Ephesus, or where it's believed that she lived. All of these are examples for pilgrimages. But sometimes pilgrimages are hard to do. They might be far away. You might have other responsibilities, and so you can't travel. They might be expensive. They might be dangerous, especially back in the day. Like now, travel is relatively safe and pretty quick. But when you're traveling via horse and carriage and there are robbers along the highway, that's a lot more difficult to do. And so relics arose as a way of basically bringing the pilgrimage to you. So instead of you going there to visit this holy site, the holy site is coming to you. And so here's a part of this saint's body, or here is something that they touched, they owned, whatever, coming to you. In all of it, it's a reminder of their life and especially of their yes to God, because that can then be an inspiration for us that, well, if this person said yes to God's grace so much, that therefore we should as well. Because really, that's what it's all about. All of us are called to be saints. All of us are called to be the heroes in the story that God is writing for us. And that's also why I do all of these videos. They're to help you on that journey. So if you like the video, please like wherever the button is below and subscribe. That encourages me to keep making more of these. If there's any particular topic you want me to write about, definitely let me know and I will get to it.